Victory Monday, baby! Super Bowl!
Yeah.
So I think everybody in the general Delaware Valley area is running on fumes. I know there's a lot of hangovers today, a lot of struggling at work. Maybe some people not even making work. But Eagles making the Super Bowl is all about community. So we added some guests tonight on the Sully squad here. The more the merrier. So anyway, I got my usual cast here. I got my usual cast plus a few. So I got my man Sean to my left.
What's up, fellas?
I got the Mush, John Leib.
The Mush is back. No mush last night though, baby.
All right, I got my man Mr. 6 for 6 on the bottom, Diego Bianchi.
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Got my man Euro Paul to his right.
What's up, y'all?
My right, whatever. And then I got my special guest right here, my man Mike Lauro. He's on the PM and the AM. How you doing, Mike?
What's going on, guys? Kind of happy to this today, right? Kind of a body bag game yesterday.
I'll tell you what. It's funny you mentioned that because that's exactly what I was thinking, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Watching that game, and once again, Hassan Reddick, man. Hassan Reddick is a straight up beast.
He was a huge sign that paid big dividends this year for us.
What's that?
Big signing, I said, by Howie.
Oh,
They paid big dividends this year for us.
Probably one of the best signings, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more. 2 sacks, taken out there,
Forced fumble.
relevant quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you guys mention that because you look at Reddick. I mean, Reddick has been killing it. I think he's got 4 sacks. I think if he gets 2 more sacks, I think he ties a record for postseason.
Absolutely.
I believe Richard Dent is one of them. But for anybody out there looking for some Super Bowl prop bets, there's one out there. Hassan Reddick for Super Bowl MVP right now is plus 3,000. So I put $10 on it just for shits and giggles. So $10 pays $300. Because I'll tell you what,
It's money you didn't have.
I'll tell you what, if Reddick goes out there and has like a sack fumble and a couple big plays, I'll take a chance on Hassan Reddick winning MVP.
Yeah, easy
And
money.
you know what? And Mahomes is hobbled, not running like he used to, so it's very possible he can do that.
Hang on one more second here. We got one more guest on here. We got our man, our buddy Chris Rapizzi. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's up, boys?
What's up, man?
Let's get it in.
Yo, where was you at?
Me?
Yeah,
I was half alive yesterday after that game.
tell me about it. Tell me about it.
I brought him back from the bed, baby.
We got
What's
the
up,
win now.
boys? I'm still a little hungover.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm dying.
Yeah.
I think
I ain't going to work today. I ain't going to work
Yeah,
today. I'm dead.
yeah. I think
when we
he's
have a lot of
I think he's
people
freezing
on
up a little bit. Hang on one
the-
second.
this is the wire.
All right, hang on. We'll try again in a minute. Let me get a couple comments
I
here.
don't know what happened.
Yeah, we got our man Linda Duarte. She says hello. Hi, Linda. How you
Linda.
doing?
And then
Got our man. Got a guy, Drew J. Restilli. Fly Eagles Fly. Hey, what's up, Drew? Thanks for
What's up,
checking
Drew?
us out. Drew Restilli again. He says, I fully predicted the Eagles will beat the Chiefs in 2 weeks. Well, we'll definitely get into that. It's a lot of storylines. Got our man Gus. You can check him out on the soccer show. Said, what's good, fellas? Great time to be an Eagles fan. Here we got our man Pat Bernard. What's up, fellas?
Service.
Hey, Pat, how you doing?
what's up, man?
Big Pat.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, you know what? Hey, let's get into it here. I guess, Mike, what was your, we brought up Hassan Reddick, but what's your number one takeaway from that game yesterday?
Our offensive line destroyed their defensive line. They were just burying them all game long.
Yes.
And I did the pre and post with Matty B yesterday on EOP, and I kept saying I felt really confident in our offensive line because I felt like that 49ers defense had not played a line like ours And I'm sorry, but Lane Johnson basically on one leg eliminated Joey Bosa. Just eliminated him. So, or Nick Bosa, whatever. The one that don't have the big, the one that don't have the big hunker. So
Nick Bosa,
he was good. And I'll tell you what, the RPO game yesterday really had Greenlaw and Warner stuck. They could not attack the line of scrimmage because every time he – yes. And to me, that was my takeaways from the game other than Hassan Reddick, dude. How was this dude left off the defensive player of the year? Hey, somebody answer me that.
I think it's like a fan favorite thing, like a popularity contest, I mean, basically everybody doesn't want Philly anything.
It's echoing.
The player of the year, coach of the year.
Yeah, no one likes Philadelphia, man. Like ESPN, everyone hates us all the time. So yeah, you look, well, different subject, but even Embiid got left off the friggin' All-Star roster. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean they hate Philly. They hate Philly.
But
yeah, I hear you, Chris. What was your number one takeaway from that game, man?
The fumble, that challenge.
Yeah,
that challenge.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, yeah, that's true. And
on two levels, that and Hassan Reddick knocked him out of the game.
Yeah, concussed him. Yep, you got that right.
Well, I think he's talking about the are you talking about the fumble or the Devontae Smith non-catch? Hello?
I thought he was talking about the fumble.
The fumble
from
I got you. Okay.
Purdy.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, Diego, what was your number one takeaway other than getting banged up?
The run game. I thought San Fran was going to be stronger against the run, and we just because our offensive line dominated so bad, we just took over that game, ran down their throats.
Well, we had key moments. I mean, they still kept us under 4 yards of carry. But we did what we could with that, and that's what
4 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah. The touchdowns, yes. The yardage now.
I'm looking at it right here. I mean, the Eagles rushed for 148 yards. I mean, it wasn't Jalen Hurts' best game, but he didn't really need to be because, let's keep it real. Once we got the lead, I mean, with San Francisco, they couldn't even throw the ball.
I think it doesn't even matter who was quarterback for San Fran yesterday. We weren't losing that game.
That defensive line.
We're not losing that game yesterday. I don't care if Purdy stayed 100%.
Yeah,
no, I even said before he even got injured, even the week before, I said Purdy's going to mess up in this game somehow.
Oh, absolutely.
Be an interception. He's going to fuck up somehow, and he kind of did, and he got injured. So
yeah, just the way the game started. Our first drive, Hassan Reddick gets right on him. First of all, why are they trying to block Hassan Reddick with a tight end? That makes no sense. But they paid for it right away.
No way. No tight end stopping him.
What was your number one takeaway, John?
Well, I have a couple of them. The key one is for the Eagles being smart enough to get to the line quick to get the playoffs so they couldn't review Devontae's catch because if that gets overturned, who knows? That could have changed the whole complex of the game. And other key points were how great the offensive line, that running game came on big in the second half, and that really put them away. And Reddick's the beast, man. That dude's unbelievable, man. He really changed the game on the defensive side.
Yeah, you're same deal.
I'm right there with Mike, Paul, and everybody else. Just Lane, the way he's playing on torn groin, just blocking his ass off on Nick Bosa and just manhandling him. Defensive player of the year, Bosa might be, but
that dude's running on adrenaline.
Yeah, and he's just we played an all-ground great game. And props the game well.
Yeah, how about both Bosa brothers getting flamed? I mean, did you guys see Joey Bosa was getting his balls broken coming into the game, and then he pulled the typical like douchebag comment, like when you're like they're just breaking his balls, and he's like, oh well, I'm rich and you're not. Like, dude, like what a douchebag thing to say.
Not really though, not really. The dude's like, how's that $25,000 fine? He's like, I can afford it. I'm trying to bust my balls. I'm gonna give it to you right back. At least I can pay that, John.
The dude can't even stay healthy.
You know, the dude talking shit at the $25,000 fine. You can't pay that shit.
He owes it to that guy.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I don't know why that dude even tries to talk. Like that dude, he spends more time on the IR than anybody else. Like one dude yelled at him. He was like, "Oh my God, you made it to the end of the season. You should applaud yourself." Like, yo, they were ripping him bad, dude. Like Philly, yo, I'm so happy about our fans yesterday because, yo, did you guys see the takeover that they had at Xfinity Live? All 200 of them.
Yeah.
E-Rock had the best line. E-Rock had the best line. Was like, dude,
He's
I see
awesome.
more people.
I follow him on TikTok.
Yeah, he's like, dude, he's like, I seen more people at a funeral.
I seen it. That was great, man. Yeah.
He was on Instagram, E-Rock, and just the whole live comments. Dude, we had fans from Cali, Virginia, New Jersey, New York. I mean, it's awesome, man. I can't wait for this Super Bowl. Let's go.
Bro, listen, I saw the best thing last night, Joe. Not to cut you off, bud.
Okay.
I saw a bar in San Diego last night reacting to us winning. It's an Eagles bar in San Diego.
That's awesome.
They were going nuts. It was a sea of green. It's an Eagles bar for, I guess, transplants out on the West Coast.
It might be on Mike. It might be on Pacific Beach. I went out to the Eagles game in San Diego, and there were a lot of Eagles bars out there. I wonder if it was the one on Pacific Beach.
I don't know, man, but they were partying up a storm. There was a beach near it too, because the one dude ran right into the beach.
Yeah, it was
like,
probably
oh,
the
cool.
one on Pacific Beach.
Got a comment here. Here's our man Mike Fuji. He says, "What's good, fellas? Super Bowl bound. What's up, Mike? How
What's
you
up,
doing?"
Mikey?
I know. Mike was having a good time yesterday. I seen some of those videos. They were Mike was throwing it down.
I want his poncho. I don't know where he
Yeah,
got
he
it
got that
from,
in
but that was
Mexico on vacation.
I want one.
And Cancun.
Yeah. So no, man. So I guess they're pretty much the takeaways from the game. So let's get into the Super Bowl here. Because I mean, hey, we could waste our time on the 49ers, but let's brush them off because they're going. You know what I'm saying? So what was your guys' any takeaways? From the Chiefs Bengals game, like how are you guys feeling about the matchup here?
I think we match up great on both sides of the ball against the Chiefs. I feel like our defensive line can dominate their offensive line, even though they got a pretty good offensive line. We just have so many weapons on our defensive line that can get into the quarterback.
Defensive line.
And our offensive line, dude, they're just so good. Kelsey, Lane, they're so hard to beat. How do you attack our offensive line? It's a hard problem to solve. I'm not really too worried. I think we dominate the game.
Yeah, the Chiefs can't cover at all. They can't stop the run. I think with our offensive line, they're going to be able to run really, really good against that Chiefs defense. The only guy you got to worry about is Chris Jones.
Exactly.
And I think
that's it. And Lane's going to take care of that. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'll tell you what,
I'll say Frank Clark too. Actually, Frank Clark.
Yeah, Frank Clark's pretty good.
Frank Clark had a 1.5 sacks yesterday, so he can get.
Yeah, but he disappears a lot.
Yeah, he does. But he's still a threat.
The only guy who's a threat of McCain. Well, there's two guys: Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. If you can't stop that, then that could really haunt you all game.
There was a lot of their receivers and all exit that game yesterday, then come back.
It doesn't even matter. Patrick Mahomes can be throwing to me and you. As long as he has Travis Kelce, he'll figure it out.
If they can shut down Kelsey, it's gonna make a huge difference because it's basically gonna take their offense away other than Mahomes.
That to me has to be the focal point. Take away his best weapon, which is Travis Kelce. If he's playing with a bunch of guys who are hurt, or guys he hasn't played with all year, I think we should be able to lock that up pretty easily. Just take Kelce out the game.
And don't take Isaiah Pacheco, the rookie from Rutgers, their running back, for granted. Focus on him too.
Yeah.
He kind of an X factor. He's got those wheels, man. 4.39.
I mean, Jerick McKinnon's pretty nice too.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that McKinnon too. You gotta watch him too with the side passes.
Yeah.
I'll tell
But if you take Travis Kelce out of that game, you should win that game. Even if McKinnon gets theirs, someone's got to get theirs on their team. But if you take his weapon away, his number one guy, we should be able to beat them pretty handily.
They got
Watch
Van
it.
Scanlon.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, listen, that dude had an aberration of a game yesterday. That dude's got feet for hands. Scanlon, he sucks. But I'm gonna tell you this now: the Eagles got to copy what Tampa did a couple years ago. If they're able to copy what Tampa did a couple years ago, like they're gonna blow them out. Like it won't even be close. And how they did that was they just made a nice little pocket around them, and they didn't break containment. Man, they were able to get them, and they flustered them.
They held them to what, 9 points? 9 points?
Something like that. What I know. I mean, well, let's be honest. So Mahomes was really hobbling out there yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we got 2 weeks until the Super Bowl. So I'm kind of wondering because these high ankle sprains,
They don't go away.
they don't go away. So even though he's got 2 weeks to rest, he still may be a little hobbled in 2 weeks.
Yeah, he'll
I don't
definitely
see
still be a
him
little
running
hobbled.
that much. To tell you the truth.
He'll still be a little hobbled, but 2 full weeks, he'll get a decent amount of mobility back in that leg.
It's going to be tender, but you're right. He's going to get some mobility, but how much? Who knows? I mean,
You got a comment here from I got a comment here from Mike Fuji. He says, "Come out, set the tone, and send Reddick to hit Mahomes. HR7 is on a mission, just like Reddick did the last 2 games." Hey,
absolutely.
that would definitely be the formula. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and the Chiefs had some injuries to their secondary yesterday too.
Yes, they did.
What was it? A couple of their corners got hurt. In fact, I saw somebody here. I think I sent it to you guys. I sent it to somebody, but
You did. You sent it to me.
yeah, I'll find it right here. It was basically so the Chiefs were down their best linebacker, their best corner, their top 3 receivers. Kelsey was banged up, quarterback on one leg, and they still won the game. So
Barely. Barely though.
right, but I know we're all confident, and believe me, I think we should be confident. I think the Eagles are the better team, honestly.
Do you think the Chiefs win if they didn't get that 15-yarder?
I think we would have went to overtime, and it would have been a different story. But
it's hard to say because the what they were getting the Burrow though. Like Chris Jones had a huge sack right before that,
and you hurt him too.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be tough. But Chris, what do you think your key to the Super Bowl is? Just like just trying to contain Kelsey, or what do you think the key is?
You want to mute or something?
Hang on. Let me see. Let's try it now. You there? I don't know. All right. I couldn't hear nothing. All right. So.
Tell him to type it in.
Yeah. So, all right. So anyway, we got obviously getting to Mahomes is going to be key. Containing Kelsey. What do you think we got to do offensively? I think we could run the ball on the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's gonna be us running and then they're throwing. So it's gonna be run versus pass.
We should be able to attack all parts of their defense. We should be able to throw and run the ball on them guys. They don't have they're a pretty good defense. They have Chris Jones. They got a couple other guys, but they shouldn't be able to shut down AJ, Devontae Smith, all them guys. We'll be able to throw or run on them at will.
Yeah. What about now?
I'd like to see
You're good.
Brown have a big game.
You're good.
Unmute button.
No problem. All right, so go ahead. So what? Yeah. So what? Now, all right. Now I can hear you. What's your
You got to keep Holmes in the pocket and Kelsey. You got to double him up.
Okay. Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear
doubled
you on
him
that.
up. Who do you see?
The Bengals' top 2 receivers had decent games yesterday too, so it's promising.
Yeah, we got
Chase and Higgins.
Yeah, we got Mike.
Epps has to stop going down like this too. He goes in with his head.
Learn how to tackle, man. That was a bonehead play, man.
Dude,
not just him though. CJ Gardner came in too, just with his shoulder.
With his head.
Wrap up, make your tackle.
Hit and wrap.
Well, he made up for CJ. Epps not so much, but you got to wrap, man. You got to wrap.
That's Pee Wee. You hit and you wrap. Hit and wrap.
We got Mike Fuji.
We had to give him something yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was
Matthew's a beast, though. You can't stop him the whole entire game.
Yeah, McCaffrey's a beast. Exactly. He got his. Whatever.
Yeah, I think McCaffrey scored touchdowns like 9 or 10 games in a row. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a
So
beast.
he's going to get his. But got Mike Fuji here. He says ground and pound, the same formula last 2 games. Yeah, and that would definitely work. I mean, if you look at the time of possession, yesterday's game. Now, granted, a lot of that.
36.
Yeah, we had the ball 37-26, 37 minutes 26 seconds to 22-34. Now, obviously, 49ers didn't have a quarterback, so that plays into it.
Absolutely.
But I think time of possession in the Super Bowl is going to be big because you want to keep that ball out of Mahomes' hands.
Exactly.
You know?
Eat that clock up and just contain.
Got a comment here from Wayne Miller. He says our defense will be the difference again. Maddox will be healthier. Reddick is a man on a mission. We're just too loaded on both sides of the ball. I
agree.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's I think we're all kind of in agreement. I think when I look at both these rosters, like I feel like the Eagles have the most complete roster in the National Football League. Yeah. But there's just the fact that Kansas City has Mahomes and Kelsey. It's like Mahomes is that dude. You could play perfect defense against that dude, and he does some shit like this. You know what I mean? And,
yeah.
You know,
you got to stay on, watch them, eye them, key up on them. But,
well, they'll have a spy on them.
But I'll tell you one thing, like we all said.
How's his foot doing? How's his foot?
I just love the front line. Like I said time and time again, it's pick your poison.
Right.
Sears, Sweat, Linville Joseph, Hargraves, Milton Williams, Cox. And Sue is going to be.
He had a big game yesterday.
Yeah.
He's going to be come the big show. I think he's going to be an X factor. I think he's going to bring something to the table. But like we said, everybody on that front line brings something.
Sue wants that ring, man. That's why he's here. That's why he's here.
That's why he's here.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't get any better, you know. I mean,
I think this is the best defensive line we've had since the Reggie White era.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
Better than the Andy Reid era. Like, I mean, our defense was good back then, but our defense,
I think it's better.
Yeah. Because you had Corey Simon. Yeah, you could. Only guys you had mainstay was Trent Cole.
Yeah, Hugh
Douglas. Corey Simon.
Who Douglas?
Fletcher.
Yeah, Hugh Douglas. Hugh Douglas was really good.
Hollis Thomas.
This isn't as good as.
But you give the edge to this defense, and Hassan Reddick is just a goddamn game changer. Yeah. The way he plays,
he comes off the end so fast.
Yeah,
so
I love when he stands up. He's better in a stand-up position rather than a 3-point stance, and it's like pick your poison. But when he's in that stand-up, he has that whole area ground to survey, and it's lights out, man.
Yeah, well, it's fun. It's funny we're getting into this because, you know, like I mean, and obviously we got to see if we win the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Because that plays a factor into it. But me and my uncle were just talking today, and our next old school topic, it's going to be the Friday after the Super Bowl. Hopefully the day after the parade, by the way. But we're going to do. But we're going to do. We're actually going to compare and contrast all 4 Eagles Super Bowl teams.
Wow!
So we're going to break. Awesome. Yeah. So we're going to break down like 80. You know, obviously 80, 2004 with Andy Reid, and then 17 and now. So
doesn't get any better than that.
That's going to be the next old school show. Yeah. So it's awesome. You're getting me pumped because we're talking about comparing the players.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's.
Now I don't know. I think we're going to win the Super Bowl. Like, you know, I mean we'll get into some predictions in a minute, but I feel pretty confident. But in my opinion,
no predictions from Lieb.
Yeah, but in my opinion,
prediction.
I was going to say that this is the most talented Eagles team. I think as a complete team, I think this is the most talented Eagles team we've ever had.
Couldn't agree more.
No, man, I agree.
With the wide receivers, you definitely got a true 1 and 2 in Devontae, AJ Brown.
The running backs too. You got Gainwell's playing awesome. Sanders,
mix in a little bit of Boston Scott there. I mean, Sanders is playing, you know, lights out. You know, I think he moves on after the season, but you know, he's earned that big payday, which we ain't going to give him certainly.
Well, you know what though? Did you?
I can't stand him.
Speaking of the future, though, did you guys see how they've the salary cap is actually higher next year than it's ever been? I think it's up to like I think it's up to like $224 million or something like that. So that's really good news for the Eagles because we may be able to keep a guy that we didn't think we were going to keep.
Well, that,
It's another 16. It's another $16.6 million onto it. So,
Well, that's huge, and dude, and I mean, Howie knows how to work that, you know.
right.
So we got a couple comments here. I got a Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's up? Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for checking us out. We got Wayne Miller. He says, I'd be happy to run it down their throats all day, but would like to see AJ and Devontae get some big plays also. Well, the one thing is, I mean, our offense did what we had to do yesterday. But, that San Francisco defense is unreal. Now, we should be able to move the ball against this Chiefs team.
Oh, absolutely. Just like
know?
Paul and Diego said, Frank Clark and Chris Jones. That's the only people they have. I'm not worried about.
We got Mike Fuji says 224 million. Yes, it is. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, on that note, since you brought that up, who would you keep and go around the table?
Yeah, that's actually an interesting topic. All right, yeah. So we'll do Super Bowl predictions, but all right. So looking at the Eagles free agents, we have Sayamalu, Sanders, T.J. Edwards, Hargraves. All right, so I'm not going to name them all, but you guys know who some of these guys are. Who would be your top guys you would keep? Like I'll go around the horn. So Paul, I'll start with you. Like, if you could keep, if you could keep three guys out of their free agent, three guys and one you'd let go, what would you do?
I would say Sanders, probably T.J. Edwards, and Hargraves.
Okay.
They'd be the three you'd keep.
Yes.
All right.
Who's
So
going?
Edward.
Who's going, Paul?
The reason why Edwards, because we always have issues with linebackers, and he's actually pretty decent, high tackling guy. So I will, we can always use linebackers. I don't want to see him go unless he's asking for a huge payday. Then I will say no. But we also got Dean, Kobe Dean, that hasn't really been played that really either yet. So.
Okay, now who's the guy you let go?
I don't know.
All the other free agents, really.
Yeah, I mean, what you guys feeling on some or whatever?
I would let Silamala go, Sanders, and
Sanders is so good though. That's
I
the
know,
problem.
but
you can replace a running back usually. You know what I mean? But
You
Sanders
can.
has had a hell of a year.
I'm thinking. I'll come back to those guys. The college this draft is heavy with running backs. So,
All right.
I'm keeping CJ, Bradbury, and Hargraves. They're the three guys I'm keeping if it's my choice. Every other free agent, we don't have the money assigned, so they're gonna have to go.
Well,
thanks. I forgot about CJ. Then I would keep
Bradbury
CJ over Edwards.
Okay.
Mike, how about you?
I'm keeping CJ. I'm keeping Sayamalu because you're keeping that line intact. And my third one would be I would try to get Bradbury signed. If you can't, then I would allocate it to Sanders. I think Sanders is going to take less money to stay. I don't think he's going to get
okay.
But I'll tell you right now, the guy who I think is gone is Kazir White because Nakobe Dean is ready to take his spot.
Oh yeah, he's definitely gone.
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. And then second to that, I would kind of say Bradbury, but I'm hoping he would stay. But CJ is a definite mainstay here. Like Paul and it said, 24 years old, and his tenacity and the way he plays, keep him.
Yeah, Chris, how about you, bro? What do you think?
Bradbury, TJ. I'm stuck on Sanders. I don't know if I want him to go or stay yet. He just goes too much side to side. That's what.
He's just not going to go back like I think. I say you let him go because this, like I said, the running back is pretty deep in the draft, and you get him cheaper. Let him get his payday somewhere else. But
yeah.
All right, John. What about you?
I have four. I would like to keep Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I'd like to keep Bradbury. I'd like to keep Sanders, and if possible, I'd like to keep Brandon Graham.
I could see Brandon Graham because No, we got to remember too. Money factors into this too, because like
Absolutely.
like
He's come off a career year too, and he in sacks, right?
Yes, double digits.
right, but
Correct.
And he's having a great year this year.
Yeah,
Right.
you got to put in the fact a great year, but look at his age.
No, I know.
And
I know.
injury.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'd
definitely.
like
to each
to.
his own. I'm not.
I'd like to
did you
keep
give
him.
what's yours? Or you gave
I
yours? right?
said, let go. Sanders, keep CJ, Hargraves, and Bradbury. That's
Yeah, so I'll do mine. I mean, and again, a lot of it's money factor too, because you figure C.J. Gardner-Johnson's probably going to command about $15 million a year. If you wanted to keep Hargraves, that might be close to 20. So you're not going to be able to keep all these
True.
guys, So money plays a factor too. But I'd like to keep Gardner-Johnson. I think he's a must, and I don't think Howie makes that trade without knowing he's going to sign.
exactly. And plus, he loves being here. The way he said how
Right.
he was mistreated in
He fits the personality of
Fits the
Philadelphia.
the mold. Plain
Yeah,
simple.
so I like him. I'm with Mike. I'd like to keep the offensive line intact, but I could see the Eagles going O-line with that 10th pick, particularly possible because, and also Jack Driscoll can play right guard also.
True.
So if Sayamalo is going to command, say, $13-14 million a year, you may let him go. And then Driscoll could play right guard, or the kid you draft at 10, like maybe, for instance, like the kid from Ohio State, possibly. Maybe you draft him, he plays right guard for 2 years,
P.J. Johnson.
and then he's Lane Johnson's replacement in 2 years. You know, but we'll see. But yeah, it's here. I got another. Actually, real quick here. Has anybody seen what happened to Leonard Dickerson?
Elbow or forearm.
Yeah, but did anybody see any? Did they say any updates about
I
Leonard?
think it says a hyperextension. I think it's gonna be all right.
Okay, thank God, because when I saw that injury, I was thinking it could have been like a torn bicep or something. And if that was the case, we'd be screwed because he wouldn't be able to play. We got a comment here. Wayne Miller says Sanders wants to play. If his money is low enough, why not? Had a great career. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, it kind of goes. And free agents, the draft is really strong in running back, and also there's a lot of free agent running backs, so that may drive down the price just a little bit.
Barkley?
Let me ask you guys. I was just about
Barkley,
to bring him
Josh
up.
Jacobs.
What about Barkley?
Let me ask you. Yeah, I was just
Jacobs.
about to say that.
Saquon, New York's not letting
Would
him
you
go.
take him?
Josh Jacobs.
Oh, I don't think.
Or Josh Jacobs.
I'm more confident with drafting a running back. Really, I love the running backs in this draft. That's just me, but
I'm cool. I'm tired of these rookie running backs, man. Like I to be honest with you, I really do. I think you put Barkley behind this line, this dude ain't getting touched for 7 yards. Like seriously, stop and think about that. I know Barkley gets hurt. Yeah, if you put him behind if you put him behind the Eagles' offensive line, he's not getting touched for 7 yards.
Yeah, but we're never gonna have Saquon Barkley. So
yeah, I'll take the dude, like I said to Joey and I think Paul earlier, Jamar Gibbs, and I would love, but I know he's not going to be there. Bijan Robinson, watch him go to the Texans.
Don't be sure with that because they got Bijan going towards the end of the first round, and the Eagles can definitely try to move up. There's our boy.
Yeah, Matty B, the only guy in Philadelphia that wants to fire a Super Bowl general manager. He said Tony Pollard and fire Howie.
I don't know what you're smoking, Mike, Matty.
I think Matt's.
I'm not smoking anything.
he just got voted executive of the year.
Yeah. GM of the year, yeah.
Wake up, man. Wake up.
Two Super Bowls in 5 years. Why the hell would we want that guy running our team?
I know.
He sucks.
Fuck it, dude. Give him to the Dallas Cowboys. Fuck it.
The guys he picked on those 1-year deals, man, they didn't pan out, did they?
That's like, that's like Kate Upton, like divorcing Justin Verlander, and she comes into your bedroom is like, oh hey baby, I'm really interested in you, and you're like, nah, I'm good. You got a pimple on your butt. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like really? Like, come on, dude. Let's see, got one more. Wayne Miller says we win this Super Bowl. We win this Super Bowl band. The next statue is Howie. Got another comment here. Joe, I'll take the peanut butter. Pat Bernardi says, Joe, I'll take a peanut butter jelly sandwich from Mike Lauro. Sounds like a good trade for me. Okay, to me. Okay.
Yeah, you need to go. Yeah, Pat needs to go trade that 49ers colored golf shirt in for some Eagles gear. Fraud.
Yes, yeah, so someone needs to. Yeah, I was going to say Pat needs to make a trade for an Eagles jersey, man. What the hell's he wearing? What the hell's he wearing?
He was wearing Dolphin colors on Sunday.
I got many.
Just to let
Who do you
Pat
want?
know, you got the Pro Football Eagles shop.
I got like 10 Carson Wentz
You got
jerseys.
Fanatics.
You got
Go
Dick's.
spend the money.
Well, actually, he likes Dick's, so
Yeah.
that'd be good.
There you go, Pat. So go buy yourself a jersey. Don't be a dick about it.
See that? I mean, you know what's really great? He's trying to trade the brains of the whole show just so he can have the comedic act. This is what I got to deal with every Sunday. Him, Mr. John's.
All right.
Oh,
So, all right. So let's get into predictions here. I know it's early. We don't know the injury report. But what's your? Let's go around the horn here. What's our first instinct gut prediction on this game? Because obviously we'll be doing a show next week too. So I guess final predictions will be next week. But I just wanted like gut reaction. What's the feel and are we parading in Broad Street? So let's just go around the horn. So Diego, are we going to be getting banged up down the art museum?
Yes, we are. 34-24 Eagles.
Bingo.
All right, Chris, what do you think, bro?
32-28 Eagles.
Okay, Paul?
31-17 Eagles.
All right, Mike, what do you think?
Well, until somebody scores more than a touchdown against the Eagles, I'm going to take the Birds 31-10 over Kansas City.
Wow.
31-10.
So well, you know,
And
now
in defense. Go ahead, Joe.
That's really interesting because if that were to happen, that means the Eagles defense goes 3 playoff games and only gives up 24 points. That's an average of 8 points a game. In today's NFL, that's like Chicago Bears 85 type level stuff, except it's 37 years later, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy. John, oh God, I'm afraid to ask you.
No.
Yeah,
No.
He just said it to me.
Don't even give him the opportunity. Don't give him the opportunity. Next topic.
Listen.
Next topic.
Sixers.
Yo,
I've
hold on.
been waiting for this.
Next topic.
Let's get it. Yo, if they don't win,
Hey,
listen,
Mike, trade
We're
Embiid.
locking you in the freaking
Yeah,
box.
and we get traded.
Mike,
I
trade
wanted
Embiid.
to play the-
All
I
right,
wanted to
show's
play-
You
over,
guys didn't
guys.
hear
Have
me?
a good night.
I wanted to play the Chiefs for 2 reasons. Number one, I thought we had the better chance to win the Super Bowl playing them than Cincinnati. I was actually scared if we play Cincinnati, I could see them beating us. And number two, I want revenge on Reid for all the misery he put us through. My score, 27-16 Eagles.
Oh God. Okay.
Fuck
Yo,
you.
you know what? We're gonna edit that.
Yeah, edit it out of the show, please.
I see us winning 34-14.
Okay. Yeah. And to put it in perspective, John, in 2010, the San Francisco Giants were the hottest team in baseball, right? And John, and when the Phillies were getting ready to play either them or the Braves, I forget what it was, and John's like, I want to play San Francisco. And I'm like, why, dude? He had no argument. He said he wanted to be East Coast. He said because of the East Coast, West Coast thing. I was like, bro, this isn't big. I said, this isn't Biggie versus Pac. I said, I'm trying to win a World Series.
And lo and behold, thanks a lot, buddy.
Yeah. So then we played.
Shit the bed.
We played a joke on him, right? Because I was like, bro, you don't even know one player on the Giants. So then we said, yo, they have this outfielder. I said, his name's Bobby Thompson. All right, and John's like, well, I don't know who they have. Dude, Bobby Thompson hit the home run in 1951, the famous home run. So I like made up a guy that's been dead for like 20 years. So, all right, you know what? I'll make mine. I'm gonna say Eagles 35, Chiefs 28.
Wow.
Yeah.
Back and forth game.
Yeah, because our defense has been playing great, but
So you would take the over in this game.
yes. All right, here we go. I got a couple comments here, and then we'll move on to the Red Hot Sixers here. All right, so let's go. We got Wayne Miller said he goes 31-21 Birds. First thought for me. Pat Bernard. Oh yeah, let's trade Embiid. You tell me who's smarter. Okay, that gets into Mike Lauros. Joe Scorza, Matty B, NFL Executive of the Year, dude. Pat Bernard says put Leave in the bathroom. Edge of Philly Sports. Pat, would you like to join Leave in the bathroom?
You probably would.
The painted line says you want to join Leave in the bathroom. You know what?
Sounds like a fucking sausage party for Pat. He loves that.
Pat Bernard said whatever it takes to win a Super Bowl. He's a dedicated fan.
Really dedicated. His knees on Sunday morning.
And Devereaux Sports says you want to join Leave in the bathroom. Okay, well apparently there's a lot of bathroom stuff going on. Let's forget about the bathroom, all right? And let's just say, you know what? You could just go in like the corner, all right? Yeah, we'll have mush in the corner.
Hey Joe, I want to thank you for letting me on. I'm gonna take one out. I gotta get out of here. But I was good joining you guys, man. Continue you guys soon.
All right, sounds good, bro.
See you, Mike.
See you, Mike.
All right, sounds good. All right, so hang on one second here. All right, so anyway, hey, obviously the football's the number one. I want to get into some Sixers, but before we go here, let me just give a shout out here to our sponsors here. All right, so first we got Sherry. Anybody out there wants to go to a sporting event, concert, theater? Hopefully with as crazy as the ticket prices were for this championship game, hopefully some people out there got a nice deal from this company right here. Sherry'sTickets.com. You could save 10% off with the promo code EOP10. They've been around since family business since 1946. Go on www.Sherry'sTickets.com. All right. Anybody out there having any legal problems? Our guy right here, David R. Cherry Esquire. Workers' compensation, motor vehicle accidents, personal injury, or criminal law. David R. Cherry Esquire. Call 610-565-0300 or www.cherryinjurylaw.com. You know what? I'll tell you, I wanted somebody to call on, Trent Williams, man. The 49ers were dirty as hell at the end of that game yesterday.
He's going to get a fine and suspension. I'll tell you that.
Trent Williams always a sore loser.
Oh, I know. He's screw Trent Williams. And you know what? Brandon Graham owns his ass too, by the way.
He does.
Yeah. All right. So anybody, hey, we've got the Super Bowl coming up. Philly Sports Trips is like the best. It's got to be like the best company. It's the best company around for anybody traveling.
100%.
So they're offering Birds Ultimate Arizona Trip Part 2, February 10th to the 13th, 2023. It's 100% fully refundable deposits. So, you can't really beat that, As my, I was going to say.
No.
Yeah, best deal in town. My grandpa used to say a sore one was the best deal in town. You can't beat it. All right. Now we got Eagles Game Day Live for the Super Bowl here, and hopefully you guys checked it out yesterday for the championship game. But for the Super Bowl, there's going to be 3 shows. There's a pregame show, halftime show, postgame show. It's by the Painted Lines and Edge of Philly Sports. So make sure you check that out. And here is the lineup for Edge of Philly Sports. There's something on here for everybody. So make sure you check out all the shows. So, all right, guys. So look, Super Bowl is the number one topic, but we got a basketball team that's playing some unbelievable basketball.
20 out of the last 24.
Yeah, and I was seeing now the Celtics got the best record.
Yeah.
But the Sixers, I believe, on ESPN Power Rankings, if I forget, it was one of the Power Rankings I saw on my phone, are number one in Power Rankings right now. They're playing some great ball.
And they got the best winning streak. They're on a 7-game win streak. And
yes.
the other two are Clippers and somebody help me out.
I'm not sure, but one
they're going for a 20th home win tonight too.
Yeah, tonight we got Orlando. Actually, the next two we have Orlando. The great Markelle Fultz is coming back to town. But you know what? I just want to touch on this real quick though. What do you guys think? I mean, how is it that Joel Embiid could average 33 points a game and he's not an All-Star starter? Like, who the hell's voting for this? What's that?
He's been blackballed.
100%, man. I think it's just is it voted by the fans? Like
don't the fans vote for the All Stars?
Is it to me? It's like a popularity contest.
Yeah, it usually is.
All Star for the past 3-4 years every time, and then all of a sudden this year he doesn't make it.
Well, no, he's going to make it.
No. I'm saying not. He's been a
starter
for like 3-4 years. So how all of a sudden is he not a starter?
Well, one thing, the guy that replaced him in essence is Donovan Mitchell, because Donovan Mitchell's one of the starters, and he was in Utah before. So, I mean, that could just be, I guess, the fan. Maybe Cleveland's fan voting is more than Philly's. I'm not sure, but
sounds something like funny voting there or something.
Yeah,
something.
Just like Chris said, he's getting blackballed, and so I think it's popularity contest. Like, you got to give the dude his dues, man. Stats don't lie. 37. Average points.
But he's a popular player around the league, though. That's why
that don't make shit. Everybody
nobody likes Philly, bro.
Yeah.
All I know is after Saturday, I think Embiid showed everybody who the MVP is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Dropped 47 and 18 rebounds on Jokic's head.
Exactly.
It was good to see too. I was watching ESPN at the gym, man. They actually were talking Sixers. I couldn't believe it. Like, yeah, Sixers in the limelight there. I couldn't believe it. You're actually getting some props.
Well, that's what Pat says. Pat Bernard says right here. He says Embiid rocked that phony MVP Joker on Saturday. At least that's on open national media eyes. Opens national media eyes. Yeah. I mean, that was an easy bet to make too, by the way. Like, Embiid's over against Jokic. Like, you knew he was going to cook him, dude. You knew
it was revenge time. What more at home, But even Jokic gave him props. He said he's MVP caliber type player.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves it, give the dude his props. But just like Chris said, he's getting blackballed. Nobody likes us and we don't care. But he has to put all that MVP,
the guy that's
All-Star to the side and just.
What are the guys' numbers that starting? That is starting for him.
Giannis.
It's Giannis, KD, Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, and one other guard.
Yeah, I'll look right here.
Irving
probably.
Tatum.
Probably Kyrie.
Yeah.
I mean, in all fairness, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to argue some of those guys, but
KD's been hurt
that
though.
Star right there.
KD's hurt.
He's been hurt. He missed 3 weeks already? 4 weeks?
Yeah.
But Embiid don't get the MVP because he misses too much time. Well, how does KD get the All-Star start? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. It's a two-edged sword. You're right. Exactly. Couldn't agree more. Once again, popularity, name, and all this other crap.
That's why it doesn't even matter. I'm sure Embiid don't even care.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Did you see the NBA fine him for that gesture too? The gesture?
Dude, that wasn't even the generation. Yeah.
What was that about?
For $25,000. I think I was texting you, Paul. It was a joke.
25 grand.
Yeah,
25 grand. And you know what?
Guess what? He can afford
He
it.
will pay for it.
Yeah.
So he can afford that shit. So
yeah. But I mean, stupid to fine him or something stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been doing it though. All last year he did it.
Yeah, but let's get him because he's on National TV.
National
blah,
TV,
blah, blah.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Joke, man. Freaking joke.
Got another comment here. Pat Bernard says Sixers were down early in the game, missing shots. Doc called out the team, and on the second half, they stepped up defensively. Yeah, and I'll tell you, sky's the limit for this basketball team because, first off, I mean, there isn't a team in the NBA that has an answer for the two-man game between Embiid and Harden.
True.
I mean, you literally. That's why I think when and you know what I mean, Diego. I know we crap all over PJ Tucker at times, but PJ Tucker had a couple big plays that game. You have a couple. What did you say, Chris? He sucks.
He stinks.
Yeah.
He averages 3.3 points a game. I'm like, really? And we gave him this damn much money?
Yeah,
What a
but
joke.
It's not really about the points, I guess.
I know. I think you said it or Joey said it. It's the defensive prowess, just that toughness. That
He has some big rebounds too. Even getting too.
Yeah.
He's serving his purpose, dude. We're on fire right now.
right. Well, that's my point. Like, because he was never brought here for numbers. Like PJ Tucker's brought here for it's we're playing the Bucks and it's like game 4, or game 5. It scores 110, 2 minutes left. And it's a tight game, and he's got to run up in Giannis's ass. He's right up on him, you know what I mean? And then maybe he gets a big deflection or a big rebound. Then because if you're banking on PJ Tucker scoring for you, you're going to lose pretty quickly. But PJ Tucker's got to get that board, get that steal, dive on the floor, get Giannis a big foul, and then Embiid and Harden in their two-man game takes that going down the stretch. You know what I mean? And then you got Maxey too. You know what I mean? Like Maxey. What do you guys think of Maxey coming off the bench? I'm kind of liking this.
I love it.
He don't like it though, but yeah, it definitely solidifies our bench.
I mean, he's taking it. If he doesn't like it, he's taking it well. He's obviously providing some needed points, man, and he's doing what you asked of him, and he's playing lights out, man. I like it.
I mean, he's still getting started minutes, 29, 30 minutes a game. So it's not like he's missing out on that department. He's just not starting the game, but he's ending the games.
Yeah, and him coming in with that second unit, I mean, he could be. I think it works out great because he can come in and literally be free offensively. They could put the ball in his hands. He could beat guys off the dribble. He can run two-man games with like Montrezl Harrell, pick and pops or pick and rolls, whatever. I like it. And DeAnthony Melton fits in, I think, good with Harden and Embiid and stuff.
They gel well together, yes.
Yeah, because that is one key weakness that we have is when Harden and Maxey are out there defensively, we can't. Those two guys can't really keep the guy in front of them.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
I was saying it gives a good spark off the bench. It gives them a light, and basically you kind of have like a second starting type team with him there.
Well, it's kind of like the Detroit, like back in the day, the Detroit Pistons used to have
Johnson.
They'd have
Dwyer.
They had
Rodman.
Yeah, they had Isaiah Thomas and Dumars were their starting guards. And then they brought Vinnie Johnson. They called him the microwave off the bench.
But look at our.
He's our Lou Will.
There you go.
Our past couple of years, the bench just sucked. We didn't really have anything.
Well, the reason we lost to Miami was because of the bench. Pat Bernard here with a comment. He brings up our point about PJ Tucker. He says, "Don't count PJ Tucker for points. His defensive presence in big moments is where he makes his money in the paint." Yeah, I agree. So let's look at this week before we get ready to bounce on out of here. Let's look at this week for the Sixers. We got 2 with Orlando.
Yeah, easy wins.
Yeah, it should be, right?
Back-to-back wins, yeah, absolutely.
All right, so let's see. 2 with Orlando, and then Sunday at the Knicks.
That's the win.
And then Wednesday, the 8th, at Boston.
That's a schedule loss. Get the hell out of here.
That could be a
Win
loss.
that shit.
That could be a loss, though.
Hey, screw that schedule.
That's a huge game. Only 2.5 games out of first place. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it is.
absolutely. And don't schedule it for a loss. You beat them.
I'm not scheduling it for a loss.
No,
I
you.
think they go.
Like how he
We
was.
go 3-1. We'll lose either one to Orlando or one to the Knicks. I think we beat Boston next game.
Oh yeah, you know what? I missed one. We play at the Spurs Friday, so
Spurs,
it's
yeah.
wow. So it's two with Orlando, then at the Spurs. That could be 3 more wins right there. At the Knicks, you know what? I could see that. That could be a spot where we finally lose, because that could be a look ahead game, because Sunday we play at New York, but then Wednesday we play at Boston. So that could be a game where maybe we're looking ahead. Because you look at it, we're 7 in a row right now. If we take out the next 3, that's 10 in a row. And this I mean, the sky for this.
And those New York Boston games are nationally televised too.
Yeah, got a comment here. Shrek's lot. I can't even say that, but thanks for checking us out, though. Hi. All right. Hi. Hi. I don't know what the hell is that.
That's a soccer team.
What's that?
A soccer team.
What's that mean?
It's a Premier League soccer team. Tottenham Hotspur. That's great.
Oh, cool. Well, thanks for checking us out. Cool.
Why you said that? I have no idea.
I have no idea what soccer. Yeah, I don't know anything about soccer.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. So hopefully we could win a few more in a row. We got trade deadline coming up, so that'll be something to get into next week. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for checking us out from the UK. That's great. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
We got Pat Bernard. Oh, the Flyers are at 500. Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. So we could get us. Any thoughts on the Flyers?
We played the Islanders. We played the Islanders, basically the same record as us. So
who was that guy the Islanders just got?
Oh, here, Pat. Bo Horvat to the.
Go Horvat from the Canucks.
There you go. That's our Flyers talk. Have a good one and good night.
Nah, you know what? The Flyers are playing good ball. They are. I mean, they won Saturday night. They won at Winnipeg.
Get out of here.
yeah, the ball there, yeah.
Yeah, Carter Hart.
Yeah, Carter Hart, 40 saves, man.
I don't know anything about NFL. Just want to learn a bit about it. Cool. Well,
watch our show.
Watch some YouTube videos, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for checking us out. But if you want to learn something about it, just don't listen to this guy.
Yeah. If you see him in the
opposite of what this dude
Mr.
says.
Mush.
Yeah.
Mr. Mush.
Yeah, you can listen to him. Just don't take his word for it. You think the opposite.
It's like, don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, it's kind of like Lawrence Taylor on The Waterboy, where he's like, now remember, kids, don't do drugs. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, now if you want to make a lot of money betting, because
the opposite.
Yeah, you don't have to know that, because a lot of times the more you know about the NFL football, you're probably worse at betting. So you're probably, if you just listen to what he said and went the opposite, you'd win a lot of money.
You know what? It's like craps. Just roll the dice.
Yeah, Pat Bernard, he says, shout out 4-0. Yeah, but you know what? Hey, Flyers are playing good hockey, and they're only 6 points out of the playoff spot. I believe the NHL All-Star game. I think it's the All-Star game break now. So yeah, so yeah, you know what? John Tortorella's got the team playing well, and the one thing I'll give credit to the Flyers on, at least I can sit through a hockey game, because last year I couldn't even watch them; they were so boring. So at least they're getting. At least I could sit through a game.
I'm over here falling asleep like it's like watching paint dry.
So
true.
And any of you Flyers fans out there, make sure you check out the Clear the Ice podcast by our own Matty B. And I believe Mike Lauro is on there sometimes. Pat's on there sometimes. So those guys do a great job. And make sure you check them out. So, but anyway, hey, I think we're going to get ready to wrap up here, because I think let's keep it real. It's been great time, great day, but I think we're all kind of running on adrenaline. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So
nap time.
Yes. So anyway,
Surprisingly, nap time didn't come for you at the watching the game yesterday. There,
I
Lee.
know.
Nice.
Did you have to nudge him?
I can't believe you watched the
I was
whole
awake
game.
the whole time.
Holy, what'd you give him, dude? He was actually up. Oh my god.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
really, he was
Get a
just
can of Red Bull.
fine.
Red Bull.
Oh wait, what? What's the score?
So, all right, guys. Well, look, man.
Thank you, man.
Hey, I'm Chris.
Yeah.
It's been
Thanks
real,
for
man.
hopping on,
I'm
Chris.
glad you hopped on, dude. So,
Thanks for coming on, dog.
yeah, it's been a good
Thank you, man.
time. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Sixers.
See you at Cotman.
I'll
Yep.
definitely see you there after next
Here,
Sunday.
man.
Hell
2
yeah.
weeks, right?
So,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, man.
yep.
All
Yep.
right. All right, fellas.
Let's get it. Go Birds.
All right, let's go. All right, guys.